6.5 out of 10, yeah.
Yeah.
8 out of 10 cats.
Turn me up in the headphones. Oh, no. This is perfect. Bloody hell.
Yeah. We
Ooh.
back.
Yo, Made in Chafford podcast episode 91. We in
91.
the building. Pew, 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 pew.
Yes, sir.
All them effects that Charlie be spraying off.
Bow!
Jesus.
If you're sleeping, you're now awake.
That damn near gave me a heart attack. Alright, boys, you already know what time it is. Introduce yourselves.
Big 2-0 in the building. Don Corleone at your service.
At your service.
We go again.
Wait. Ooh.
Woo back, baby.
It's
Nigga saying
E-Man.
outside.
It's E-Man. Hello. Hi. Hello.
Hello,
Yo, it's
motherfucker.
real, it's
Hey,
real.
hi. How you doing?
Yep.
Alright. Two Dems, you already know what time it is. Let's get it cracking. I'm going to jump straight into it. So, this is an interesting topic. The Mount Rushmore of 2010's rap. How you feeling? I think it's that.
20 what, sorry?
2010's rap.
So 2010 to 2019.
It more or less
Or
writes
20.
itself, really. It's Drake, Cole, and Kendrick. But I guess it's who gets that fourth spot.
The fourth spot is in a lot of contention. I think, to give it context, wasn't it B-Dot or someone from some podcast posted it and argued who the fourth spot would be
And this is for rap.
for rap.
Yeah. Hip hop.
Or rap / hip hop. In the US, obviously.
It's that fourth position. The other three are more or less locked in.
Personally, I would say Nicki.
Yeah, I saw you tweet that, and I agreed.
I think it's Nicki. I think, obviously,
There's a lot of interesting names that could be thrown about. I think Future definitely has a shout for his work ethic, and especially that period where I think he dropped like 4 mixtapes, and then he came with DS2, and then self-titled Future is fantastic, and he really did. What's the word I'm looking for? He brought a lot of new ideas to the table that weren't being expressed before.
That took a really long time.
Sorry.
I was watching it just like... Sorry to cut you off. I was watching it the whole time like, what the hell? Yeah, but Future does deserve a shout, for sure. He does deserve a shout, for sure.
What else you man trying to say?
You could argue Travis.
No.
You could argue it.
I think, yeah, definitely.
He's not in mine, but you can argue it.
I think, yeah, there's an argument to be made. His fandom would probably say yeah, but I don't think so. I don't think he wasn't impactful throughout all of the 2010s.
You could argue that for Future, though. Future's impact only really, jumped after those mixtapes.
Yeah, true.
Like 2015 was when DS2 came out, it was undeniable at that point. Yeah, he had a couple of songs.
Could you say Thug?
Nah, I don't think
Shouldn't Kanye
there's
West be
enough.
there? Because My Beautiful Dark Twisted
Was
Dark
2010 innit?
was 2010.
I think for argument's sake, people left him off because he started in the 2000s. So people are just saying that. Let's just say people who begun in the 2010s are the early list. Because we obviously
So
will
it's
be
class
Kanye.
of the 2010s then.
Yes. Big Sean.
Do you know what I thought about? I was gonna say he should have been on there, as in he was going in that directory, but
There's a lot of people that should have been on there. A$AP Rocky should have been on there.
oh yeah, that's lost potential for sure.
You could argue him, but he's not on mine.
I mean, in terms of maybe fashion and inspiring people, but musically, he's not. I mean, for me, he's not put out enough music. I think that's one. And then his last real good release was
Meek Mill.
that's
Sorry to cut you
no,
off.
No,
but
no,
Meek
that's
Mill.
a shout. That's a really good shout.
Yeah.
For sure. And I really like Meek Mill's character because the way a lot of people might not have been able to come back from back to back, but he did in a big way as well.
Yeah, you could
Yeah.
argue Meek.
Yeah.
But I think there's more solid names ahead of him who have a bigger body of work as far as across the whole decade. Because when did Dreams and Nightmare come out? 12?
Yeah, about that.
Oh yeah, actually no, you can say Meek.
I think
Yeah,
it's an
probably.
argument. I think
Yeah.
I think the fourth spot is clear as day. Just have to give Nicki her flowers. Like in terms of what she's managed to accomplish, it is definitely her.
Yeah, I think so too. If you want to go by numbers, again, it's still
yeah, if
Nicki.
you're going
It's
by
still
yeah,
Nicki.
it's still Nicki. She's ahead a lot.
She's probably ahead of Cole. Probably ahead of Cole, not Kendrick, but probably ahead of
Yeah,
Cole. It's
definitely.
probably when you talk about numbers.
Mm.
But
She released. She was at one point releasing quite frequently as well. So there's definitely enough of a body of work for her to be able to have a shout as well.
yeah, 100%. I saw someone try to say Cardi, but come on.
No.
She
Who-
what? When did she
why?
start making music? 16,
Even if
17?
that,
They were just trying to be
Nah, someone was just
controversial.
trying to be controversial, man. I hope they cooked him or he got ratioed.
Of course. Has
It's-
to be.
It's ridiculous. And you know how I feel about Cardi, but even I can't back
Yeah, no, I definitely agree.
Are
with
you
when it
stupid,
comes
dumb, or
to-
slow?
I definitely have to agree with you when it comes to Nicki Minaj, because Nicki Minaj, yeah,
that. Can we say the boys that dropped an album this Friday?
You could argue that.
me go.
Definitely,
You
because
could argue that.
it's very well known that
When
their
did
sound was
Versace
being
come out?
bitten.
14.
14, yeah,
That's
was
a
in-
guess, though. I don't actually know. It might
It
be
was in
14.
uni when that came
13,
out.
13. Could be 13.
13 or 14. They had a chokehold on the latter of the 2010s.
And I think they've got a classic in Culture One.
Yeah, I think so. I'm happy to call that a classic now, for sure.
Two, throw it in the bin.
But they didn't sustain it.
That's the problem. Yeah,
They
that
didn't-
was the
they
problem.
basically Versace was whatever, then they didn't sustain it, and then all that happened was what was the song? Raindrop, Drop Top,
Bad and Bougie.
Yeah.
Bad and Bougie. Yeah, Bad and Bougie came in like 2016, so that's a couple of years afterwards.
Yeah, I hear what you're saying.
Yeah, so and then of course they had their run. They changed the whole entire culture. But yeah,
I think that,
It's
they're
interesting.
in with a shout. There's a lot of names. I think it's similar to the discussion we had a few weeks ago with regards to
Artist of the decade.
yeah, for the UK. It's one of those things. Obviously, people will be in the comments and being like, "How could you forget this name?" You know.
Mm-hmm.
I think there's a lot of names that I think deserve to be in the conversation, but it's one that writes itself really.
Let's say with Ye, right? Let's
Mhm.
say we take away the criteria and it's just about how big the artist is. When we look at what Kanye did after 2010 compared to what he done
Wasn't as-
before
no, it's
2010, do you
Yeah,
think
but
what side of the fence does he sit on more as far as just him being successful?
2010 and beyond.
Why?
I don't know.
Because My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy had changed everything for him. I mean, he came out with like the bathing ape clothing with the shutter glasses.
Right. And in
Then
08,
and then also with the sneaker culture as well. There's the AZ2s. So then that propelled him into the fashion world,
Right.
and then now he's basically, a god in his own right for both industries. There's the fashion industry, and then there is the hip hop industry, and he proved it. He
I hear
was
what
the
you're saying,
biggest.
but I
He was the biggest star for majority of 2010s.
There was-
More so than he was from 2005
I'm
onwards.
talking
Nah.
about the quality of music that he put out in the 2010s isn't as good as the quality of music he was putting out before then in the thousands.
So you would pick the first half of his discog over his second half.
I mean, after My Dark Twisted Fantasy, there is a decline.
But then that
Yeah, of
began in 2010. So then, what are you saying?
What do you mean? It did, but then that was the peak of it. He peaked in 2010 with My Dark Twisted Fantasy. The rest of the decade, the music wasn't as good.
Jesus was still there, but then after that, and
The Life of Pablo.
you love T-Lop, which is
But it's not.
it's a good
I mean,
album. I know what you're talking objectively. The quality of music
Yeah,
declined.
I mean, as much as I love The Life of Pablo is my favorite Kanye West album, but I can admit, in comparison to his other works, just even in terms of how it's created and how it's not. It's clearly it was clearly made sporadically, if that makes sense. There's no logic to T-Lop, whereas everything else before that was so beautifully done.
And I will also say, I think his biggest hits were before 2010.
Yeah, definitely.
He would obviously My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy was his most successful work as far as like critical acclaim, but there wasn't any song on there that actually charted very high, like compared to like Gold Digger, compared to Touch the Sky.
Even
Those more
fucking
iconic songs
yeah.
from Graduation and Late Reg.
Can you
Stronger.
believe that those songs are older than 10 years?
bro.
That's sickening.
It's crazy. Jesus Walks. How old is Jesus Walks now? 16 years now, maybe even more.
What that person? If someone was born the day Jesus Walks came out, could be in year 11.
He's a Zoomer, bro.
Is this
He's a Zoomer. Jesus
no
Christ.
Kurt?
100%. Yeah, no, there's an argument for Kanye, but I think music. If you just want to talk about specifically music,
Yeah.
I think the first half is probably there's the numbers are there, that the impact is there. It's just the mere fact that My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy was in 2010. If it was 2009, I don't think we'd be having this conversation.
Oh yeah.
To be honest,
And I do feel that the music does decline.
yeah, it's a shame.
I mean, he had his run, and I think it's really difficult to just focus on music when your head's in other places, which is what I think we've seen.
There's a new album coming up.
But then again, no, but hold on. But
You can hold
then
that.
there was
Fucking Jesus.
Watch the Throne. Then there was Watch the Throne. So
Yeah.
then how can you say everything after My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy was...
I still feel there is a decline. There's definitely good moments, but I just don't think his impact. He shouldn't be in that conversation.
Watch the Throne and Jesus have remnants of him still being in
Yeah.
that creative bag. If Watch the Throne, arguably, like I hear My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy, yay on that anyway. To be honest with you, but yeah, after that, after Jesus specifically, after Jesus, during Jesus as well,
You can even there's certain,
during Jesus,
as much as I like it, I get why people don't. And then fucking yay that he should have kept that. And then what's the latest one?
Jesus is King.
That's
that
a
the
good
name of
album.
it?
That's a decent album. Don't try shit. Nah.
I'm
Have
not
you
try-
listened to it?
Yes, of course.
Right, cool.
I wasn't.
Have you listened to it several times?
Yes.
How
How
many
did you
times?
feel about it?
Probably can count on your hand.
The album is rubbish.
There
but
you go.
but I
It's
think
not
it's
just
better.
me.
I think it's better than Ye though.
Hey,
Actually, do I think it's better than Ye?
I think they're both as bad
Apples
as
and
each other.
oranges, bro.
Hey.
Those albums is ass.
hey.
Those
Two
albums.
back.
Two
Have you
back
listened
ass.
to Yandi? Have you listened to Yandi? The unreleased.
No. I heard one track off of the unreleased, but no,
Yeah.
I haven't listened to it in its entirety.
Nah,
Listen.
Nicki's got to fight him for not making New Body a thing.
Yeah.
Her verse on that was fire. But
Flames.
well, but
No,
no,
we're saying Nicki, yeah.
I'm gonna give it to
we're
her.
gonna sit with Nicki.
I think her impact has been pretty huge. You can see from her fan base with the Barbs. So, no, I'm gonna give it to her.
Shouts out to the Bubs.
We come in peace. That's what I'm gonna say. But you want to give it to Ye? You can give it to Ye.
No, it's just I would personally give it to Ye because he is the one who basically. If there was no Kanye West, there wouldn't be Drake.
We know.
So
I think Drake knows that.
That goes without saying.
Yeah.
That goes without saying.
If there was no Kanye West, there's no a lot of people today, or that would the barriers that he broke down.
I was gonna say something outlandish.
what?
I was gonna say if there's no Kanye West, there's no Wiz Khalifa's son.
Sorry.
Do you remember when he was moving mad and you saying that?
Smoking on KK.
Yo, he's crazy, bro.
Oh,
Hold on, there's a train going by. If there's this thread on there's a thread on Twitter, yeah. Where it has his best moments. I swear to God, yeah. Every time Kanye West does something stupid, I get really pissed off. But then I realize how much of a legend he is.
Oh,
He is so funny.
Hold on, there's a train going
Hold on,
by.
there's a train going by. And if
Oh,
you, could,
not on the Maybach, on the
Maybach.
Ah!
if you can calculate and if you can sell the product, then
make money
you
off
can
the
make the money off the product. Now,
I listened to that interview yet. Listen, you go back and listen to it.
love
Everything he was
Gaga.
saying,
he was right.
it's right now.
What the fuck does she know about cameras?
I like some of the Gaga songs. The fuck she know about cameras?
Hey, he's the best. I'm sorry.
Oh gosh.
He's done so many outlandish things that we can't forgive him. But I'm sorry, he is the goat, man.
Oh, he's too. Yeah, for sure.
Go back and listen to all of his interviews, and you'll actually understand.
The Breakfast Club one might be the maddest one.
Which one? Because there's two.
The one,
Is it the one where Charlamagne tells him straight up he doesn't like the album?
I think so. He was wearing black.
Yeah.
He was wearing the black tee. That one, yeah. Every time I see clips of it, I'm like, shit. He was right. So hey, shouts out to Ye, man.
Yeah, I think he's definitely in with a shout. I'm gonna give it to Nicki, but I'm not mad at Ye being in the conversation.
Who would be in this? Let's predict this.
Ooh, this
Decades.
Drake is
he's a juggernaut, man.
he's not in. He's not in.
Interesting.
He's not in.
You're giving it to some new kids, some new cats.
No. I'm just saying that there is the reason why he will not be in is because there is a cold war between Kendrick Lamar and Drake.
A Cold War, yeah. The Soviets.
Because
Soviets.
they're just listen. They're going back and forth. I'm seeing like the lyrical breakdown and what people think as a theory of what it really could be. And like when you listen to it, it's pretty amazing on how like Big Sean has never been a part of this whole Cold War. Big Sean has just been somebody who's just been yelling, like, "Why are you saying this? Why are you saying that?"
Man yelling at clouds.
Yeah, and basically the whole camp is saying that Big Sean has nothing to do with this. Me and Big Sean were good, but
They were all directed.
Drake, Kendrick Lamar, they're going back and forth.
And they've been going. I think you've sent this video before, and they've been going back and forth for years.
They've been going back and forth for years, but there is like a new video where basically this new video says that Kendrick Lamar, this is on Poetic Justice. So Kendrick Lamar basically says on his second verse, in the most like coded way that Drake doesn't write his bars. And the way like the person breaks it down, do you know when Drake says, "I can never right my wrongs unless I write them down for real"? So in the second verse, you hear Kendrick Lamar speak about how
These words are taboo, blah blah blah.
yeah,
Okay.
this is but he goes into how like go back and listen to it, everybody who's listening, go back and listen to the song, and then you will see how Kendrick Lamar is confirming that Drake doesn't write his bars. Now from that point there's been a disconnect from that very point, because they've not come back together to make a song, they've not come back to do anything together. From that point it's been very much a disconnect, and they've been beefing each other back and forth. So the video I sent, that's like them breaking it down or how
the
the
whole
beef
thing.
is.
The language is just a Kendrick just.
Yeah, that's been a Kendrick diss.
Yeah.
Man.
Yeah.
That's been everyone could have like, everyone knew at the time when that came out that was a Kendrick diss. And then he did the cipher, didn't he? Where
Yeah.
he was like, I tucked the sensitive rapper into his pajamas.
Yeah, and then
Or something like that. Yeah, I like that freestyle, man. Or that cipher. What else is
But
there,
so what?
man?
Because of this Cold War, Drake can't be in this upcoming.
nah, and I think he's retiring this because I mean Drake has done a lot. He's been successful,
Nothing
but I
more
think
to
now
prove.
it's time to give it to someone else. And I think Kendrick Lamar will showcase within his next album that Drake is not the guy.
Oh, well, we'll
Interesting.
see. Do you know what? It's a shame. I think it could have really been. Both of them died, but I think X, Pop, and Travis would definitely have been.
Pop, definitely.
Pop was ready to. Oh my god.
100%. Travis, yeah. Travis is a safe bet. Cardi, maybe.
Maybe she needs to. I need to see another album from her though.
No.
and we'll make a decision.
I don't think so. I think if it's no, I think it's actually Terry Whack.
I don't think she'll be big enough though.
Nah.
No, I think
We're not
I
just
think
talking about
she's
quality of
amazing.
music. You're talking about like
No,
potential. Doja. I mean, Doja's is in with a shout. Actually.
Yeah, but
The
if
problem-
we're talking rap, I think Terry Whack outdoes Cardi B.
That's fine. If you're
In
talking
terms of rap, yes, but I think she will outdo her because
don't think
I
she
think
will.
Cardi B's finished. I think people have had enough of her.
Nah, I don't think
nah,
so.
And Meg Thee Stallion, I mean,
Meg did it to herself though. I've never seen someone like.
because the
That
thing
was
is,
poor management.
with hip hop, I don't want to include ageism into it, but with women, usually they go for the younger individuals, and if
I see
you
what you're
can't,
saying, yeah.
and women, it's a completely different environment. Like Cardi B, she has a child, she has to take care of the child, like she has to do a lot. I'm not trying to put some
I still see.
patriarchal sort of picture out there just to say that it's, but the way the industry would use female acts is completely different to the way they use male acts. So I think if her next album does whatever numbers, I think that's it. I don't think she's gonna continue. I don't think there's any extension for her.
But then I don't.
Maybe within like the same way that Beyonce has done a clothing line, the same way that Kylie Jenner has done her makeup line. Maybe that might be for her, but as a female rapper, I don't think she
My only
extends.
rebuttal to you on that is okay. So you say I don't think it would be Tira Wack that will do it. I think she's cool, but I don't think it will be her. In terms of quality of music, it's good, but I feel there's people that they could push further.
She doesn't,
why I
have a
think-
commercial appeal.
No, but I think she's the weirdo
least
that
not
could
big
be
enough.
the next Missy Elliott. That's how I see her.
Yeah. Okay.
So that's why I'm saying Tira Wack. And the thing is, she's still young enough to continue.
Yeah, of course. But I just don't like what Collins. I don't think she has enough commercial appeal. I think I don't know. It depends if you want to call Doja a rapper. But
I don't think she is, man.
would you not say?
No.
She's so big in pop now that she can't be a rapper.
Okay,
She's a pop star now.
But then Drake is a pop star.
Nah, Drake's still a rapper though.
He's still a rapper.
Doja's a pop star, bro. Yeah, man.
Yeah.
She's a pop star, and that's not a bad thing. I'm
Nah.
not saying it to slight. I just think she is a legitimate pop star, and that's a good thing for her. She can dominate that, but I don't ever see her really
do you know
being
what?
a
I
rapper.
don't really see anyone apart from Trav. I just don't know what the next 10 years looks like.
Lil Uzi.
Yeah. Actually, to be fair, I was gonna say him, but I don't know if because he could give you a stinker.
Playboy Carti.
Get the fuck out of here.
Whole lot of red.
A whole lot of trash.
Whole lot of trash.
Oh nah, no way. Yeah, it's good. For this decade, it will be very interesting. I think it's more or less impossible to pick, especially because it's such a fresh decade. Someone could
come out of nowhere.
and then really change that. So
Corday.
I don't know. With him. It's going to depend on
Next album.
next album and what commercial, how commercially big he can get.
Yeah.
But he's got the potential. And if you're dating one of the most famous people in the world, it helps. For sure.
Yeah,
Because there's people that I don't think would have known him that definitely know him now. For
Yeah.
being Naomi's boyfriend.
That's a fact. He said, my girlfriend's tennis star. You guys are dating hoes. I said, wow, that's a bit rude.
Harsh but fair.
Harsh but fair. Damn.
Maybe even Polo G.
Maybe.
Yeah, he's a shout. He's definitely a shout.
Having a good
The
year.
Baby.
Oh,
Let's
Little
go.
Baby, of course.
The Baby. Lil Baby.
Not Lil Baby. Not Lil Baby, not The Baby.
Lil Baby.
Lil Baby.
Please
The
save
Baby.
the baby.
I think
Lil
The
baby for sure.
I think even though the Baby is very much a pop star, I think he has.
He's the most one-note man I've ever heard in my life.
He can still continue in any way, shape, or form he wants to, I believe. And then there's Lil Baby, and then there's Gunner as well.
Roddy Rich.
Yeah, Roddy is a shout
Roddy
for
Rich.
sure.
Yeah.
Because Roddy, even looking at his like mixtapes before, obviously, his most recent album, he's got talent. Like, he's been putting in work. He's someone that deserves it as well.
Yeah, for sure.
There's definitely been a progression as well, which I've enjoyed seeing.
Yeah, absolutely.
But yeah, no. I guess to conclude, it's pretty fair that we've it's between Ye and Nicki for us on that Mount Rushmore.
Yeah, 100%.
Fairs. All right. So next topic, the boys are back. The three of them all together on the same project.
Momma.
After that, their terrible solo efforts. Well, Offset's was all right, but the other two were pretty bad. The Migos released their latest album, Culture 3.
Splash.
How are we feeling?
Mama. Hey, I liked it, man.
Yeah.
I enjoyed it. I
It
thought
was
it was
definitely a
good.
return to form for them after how bad
good
Culture
vibes.
2 was.
Good vibes.
For sure. For sure.
I listened to it once. It didn't really catch me.
I think the first 5 songs are very strong.
Yeah. It does.
Very, very strong.
Oh, that Drake verse was... He was cooking.
It was long.
Put on the Drake.
Well, it was a long verse.
What else are they gonna play?
That was Drake featuring the Migos, man.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
But that was good. I also enjoyed Jane, and I think Modern Day is probably the best song on that album for me.
I quite like the Cardi B song, man.
Really?
I think it's really good.
Oh, fair enough. I'm gonna
I
go
like
back and
it.
listen to that then. I didn't really take it in.
I quite like it.
but,
Her verse is good.
Yeah, no, I was really
I
impressed.
personally like. I know a lot of people complain about it. I quite like her verse. Her verse. I think she sounds quite hungry.
Okay, well, I'll give that another listen.
As I said, I listened to it once. I didn't really go back.
When
That's
where did you listen and when?
This was yesterday, and this was around 11 o'clock.
Were you working?
Yeah, I was working. But the thing is, I'm always listening to me. But the reason why I didn't go back is because I was listening to Mac Homie, Griselda. Yeah. But I was listening to Pray for Haiti, and I really enjoyed that. But not to take away from the topic at hand, which is the Migos. As I said, I listened to it once, and I wasn't really gravitated towards it. So,
which I can see happening. It's a long album as well. I think
I
in
think
about
that's
an
what it
hour and
was.
something.
yeah.
It just doesn't need to be that long.
Second half, I did switch.
Yeah,
off a
it
little
was.
bit.
The second half isn't great. I think that's fair to say. They just don't need 20 songs. I think if they gave us 12 songs, it's cool. And they put all the best songs on the first half of the album anyway. So I don't see this whole thing of like 18 plus songs. It's doing my head in.
Streaming numbers, baby.
Of course, but like it's the quality of music is suffering so much. Or the quality of albums in general is suffering so much.
Yeah, it's a shame, but I think overall there's still people were worried because the rollout was a bit
It was
quiet. Was the name of the first song Straightening, which was, I think it was a good song, but it just didn't generate enough hype, which we're used to expecting from the Migos.
Yeah.
So people are a bit worried, but I think they delivered. I think.
I would have to say I agree. I think, yeah, for sure. The rollout was definitely weird, which is a topic I think might as well mesh the two together. But yeah, the importance of a good rollout, man, is just
It's important.
it's diminishing now. I feel.
Yeah, I think it's kind of changing. I guess we spoke about it with Deej as well because it's slowly beginning to evolve.
Is there a rollout anymore?
Certain artists, yeah, 100%. Like the big artists still do rollout. J. Cole had a rollout. I think his rollout was quite good. I think besides picking
Or has the rollout
interlude
become shorter?
yeah,
'Cause I feel like when we was younger, the rollout was like damn near 2 months.
couple months. Yeah,
But now it just feels like it's like, oh, I've got something and it's coming in 2 weeks.
I have a bone to pick with TDE.
Go on.
I have a bone to pick with TDE. I feel like it's been brewing for a while, but I feel like I'm at a point now where I'm actually like pissed off with them as a label because I feel like they take too long to put certain albums out, and I feel like it's good for certain artists because certain artists we're happy to wait, let you live your life 4 years, 3 years, 2 years, whatever. Take your time, especially with the level of artists they are. But for example, SZA put out, what song was it?
Good Days.
Good Days. She put out Hit Different. Normally after 2 or 3 singles, there's a release date, there's an album, there's something tangible.
And Good Days did well. So
It was top 10.
yeah.
And they didn't even have the video out. What's going on there? Even with Isaiah Rashad, right?
Yeah, that pissed me off as well.
He put out a single,
Yeah.
right? I think they've pushed back the album again. And it's just making me think, okay, look, we understand it's a pandemic, so, fair enough. But, give the fans something to look forward to. Let them get their albums out. For me, it's just been far too long.
Yeah,
The gap is way too long. With Kendrick, fair enough. He's an alien anyway. He'll come and go as he pleases. But for the artists who are not as big, for somebody like SZA, we've had how many albums? We've had a Summer Walker album come out since then. We've had the LMA album come out since then. People who are building their own building blocks, whereas TDE are kind of sitting on their thumbs a bit, and they have the most talented roster.
And J Rock won a Grammy as well. So
What's the hold up? What are you waiting for?
I think they're probably just worried about the pandemic. That is literally it. But I can't see that. Like, is that what you said? Like, SZA dropped 2 great songs, and there's just been there's no push. Is that they kind of just stopped?
I don't understand it, and I think with their rollouts, they don't do it very well, in my opinion. Unless their name's Kendrick Lamar, they don't do good rollouts.
That's a fact.
Q kind of does his own thing, which is fine, even though he is TDE. But everybody else, I feel like they dropped the ball on them a fair bit, in my opinion.
We just have to wait and see how that plays out. But it is disappointing. I think the importance of a rollout, I feel like, is disappearing. Now, make me excited for the project.
Generate some hype. Give me something to look forward to.
110%. I don't like even the mess of a rollout. I guess that you'd argue. Obviously, we all know why CLB's had a bad rollout, but like it's so stop start, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Like, it doesn't help generate excitement. It doesn't help me look forward to the album. It's just they need to really focus on how they want to generate the hype for these projects now.
What's the last good rollout you guys know that there's been?
I'm trying to think.
I quite like J. Cole's because it was like a week.
Yeah, but that's not really a rollout. Even that week gap, I kind of chuck it in the surprise album drop.
I think it's a rollout though, still, because you've had the.
But he's so big, he'll be.
He
fine.
doesn't have to do it, but
No.
like he had the LA Leakers. He put out the track list. He put out the documentary. He went and played basketball in Rwanda. So it is a rollout, but it's just very, very compact. It's in like a week, as you said. It's a shorter time frame, so people's attention is not, all over the place. The only thing I didn't like was the fact that the interlude was a single. Like that doesn't need necessarily
That was
to
a
be.
poor choice, but I guess he
Can do that because it's him. Innit?
I think he just wanted to give people a taste of what they can expect and what the album would sound like.
Right.
That was probably the thought process with the interlude, but yeah, it's a decent rollout. I can't think of a good one that I've seen in a while. It's a question I'd have to think about.
Yeah, same.
The Weeknd did a
mean-
good rollout as well.
Oh yeah, and then becoming that character,
Yeah,
that was clever.
but he's always been very aware of his aesthetic and
Mm.
how he can market and sell that. Something that people don't necessarily think about, and he does that very well.
Yeah, definitely.
Um,
But no, I think going back to the Migos album, I thought it was good. I enjoyed it. I think it was an improvement on Culture 2, and a lot of them they all had moments where they sounded hungry, which was important. Like they knew what people have been saying. They'd been saying, the Migos might have fallen off, but they definitely showed they've still got something to say, and they're still around. So yeah,
take off the MVP for me.
for real, man. That boy don't miss.
It's in his bag.
For real. When he's like flowing like that, you can't defeat him. It's,
Yeah, I don't know who EP'd his previous first project. I mean, it was just, I don't know. I don't know where he was going.
yeah,
I think that sort of music is really just for the pandemic. That's what he made it for. Because it was just like, you listen to it and you're just chilling. You're not doing anything. You're just relaxing your knees. Do you know what I'm saying? Because when I really listen to that project, I'm like, take off, I'm going to a vacation. I'm like, I don't care,
it just
man.
didn't
I
bang.
don't want to hear it. That was trash first listen.
I can't believe I had a song called Vaccine. I felt sick.
Vaccine.
All right. Well, final topic for today. Eman, I'm not sure if you've seen it, but
Loki.
yeah.
Oh, fantastic episode.
What'd you say?
I really enjoyed it.
I thought it was wonderful.
I really
Homeboy
enjoyed it.
saw those stones and said, "What the fuck you guys doing around here?"
He couldn't believe what he was seeing.
I mean, it doesn't really make sense in terms of like the Marvel Cinematic Universe, because when you touch a stone, you're supposed to shred into a million pieces. And
Well, I guess it's the idea that the TVA is so powerful that nothing works. It operates outside the law. So whatever that tells me, whatever is coming in the next let's say 3 phases, must be huge. As in, it's got to be Galactus, in my opinion.
Yeah, probably. Galactus
no, but the fact that
or
they have just a couple of Infinity Stones just there.
Just
in
lying
there,
around.
in it.
Man holding on to them like trinkets.
I was holding like Skittles, bro.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Nah, it's a very clever idea. I like what they're going with. I think, yeah. And I wasn't sure if they were going to show Loki his whole life, but I thought that was really
Miles watching it back, like, catch up, bro.
run it back with just
That was,
Tenet.
I thought that was the greatest. That was the greatest
I like
aspect
that.
because Loki is
Yeah.
the bad guy. Then he turns into a good guy. Well, I don't want to say a good guy, but
More
like,
anti-hero.
Yeah.
anti-hero is the word. And then like he's now the bad guy again, and then he disappears,
Typical, innit?
and then now he sees his life coming. He sees his life ending.
Man had a
And
hell
it's
of a
like-
day as well.
Hell of a day.
But I just got defeated by the Avengers and went and fucked up, and now he's being arrested by the TVA.
Watching
Yeah.
both his parents get like killed, well, both die, and then
Yeah.
having watched himself die. It's just like, damn, what a life.
What a horrible death as well. Man got
And
checked
then
out.
man told him his
Crazy.
purpose in life was just for this. You are here to do this and this only.
Mm.
That's it.
See, all right, let's get into our theory bag, I guess. It's the fact that you can't, there is a bit of logic not there though? Because you can't tell me what the Avengers were doing. You didn't want to interrupt that
No, because
because they were running around like they were
But
packed.
then,
No, but
isn't
then-
it that they know what's gonna happen though?
yeah, they know that they like allowing them to correct the timeline. They've basically allowed them to do their job.
Well, yeah, I saw that, and I saw another theory stating that that was supposed to happen. So that's why the TVA didn't get involved. But I'm like, these men were really messing with the time, like with time.
So what did they do with Steve Rogers, who went back to put? Yeah,
That's
that's
what
what my main
yeah.
question was, to put the
What?
stones back or whatever it is he did.
And he didn't come back to his time.
Nah.
Or he did, but he came back as an old man.
No, but then Steve Rogers. Okay, so basically, Steve Rogers was still his unfrozen self. So basically, he was frozen, then he's unfrozen, and he's still within that timeline. But Peggy Carter had spent a lifetime with the one that came back already,
Got you.
and
Okay,
then he
I see.
wasn't there. So
Yeah.
then that's when he decided, okay, I know that my younger version is gonna come and see me as an older version. Let me disappear.
Okay, all right.
And then I come back, and then now I come and see what's really going on. Because he's already seen the whole entire event. He knows everything that's going on. So he decides to not interfere. He just basically says, I'm coming here to chill with my wife. That's it. Everything else is none of my
I
concern.
just went to go bust a two-step with Peggy.
Yeah.
How do we think the show's gonna go?
I think it's gonna, as you can probably tell, give us more insight into what the multiverse will be. Maybe give us an idea of what the next
Doctor
saga's
Strange
gonna
has
be.
got to be fed up at this point. I'll be flipping tables.
Bruv, hella timelines, bruv.
Just splintering off like,
Long.
yo.
We'll see. One thing is not, which is good to see. I keep saying this every time they put out a show. Like, it's good to see, like, the actors show their range a bit, because Tom Hiddleston is like, he's a sick actor, innit?
Yeah.
So for him to actually get into his bag and just show more range of Loki,
Fun
in
fact.
that one episode was cold. Go on.
He's supposed to be. He auditioned to be Thor.
Yes, I saw
Yeah.
that. Yeah,
That would not have worked.
he needs to put on the muscle, boy.
Yeah, for real.
He was gonna put on a muscle, and then they said,
There's no need.
We're
Nah,
gonna
dawg.
choose somebody else. And then they said, you know what, we could choose you for Loki.
It worked. He's
Yeah.
been a great Loki.
Yeah, he's quality. That's
yeah.
a perfect casting.
Really enjoyed his performance. He's done a great job, and I really feel like this could be their show. Because do you know what I was thinking? I was like, as much as I've enjoyed aspects of these Marvel shows, I can't rewatch them. There's no episode I can go back to. Not that you can do that with a lot of shows, but it'd be nice if you had an episode that you can go back to and re-enjoy. Like with Invincibles, I've gone back to like episode 7 and 8 multiple times, but it's just because the rewatchability factor is there, which the Marvel shows just haven't had at this point. Like once you watch them, you've seen it, and I think Loki could be the first to have that.
Yeah.
Possibly. We'll have to wait and see.
Well, I want to see who he's beefing. If he's apparently the
Is it
Loki that
himself?
they're referring to might be a woman.
Oh, really?
Yeah, from a different timeline.
Oh, interesting.
So
Yeah, it probably would be, wouldn't it? Yeah. No, it was a good start. I was quite impressed. I didn't have any expectations, to be completely honest with you.
that's what they're saying. It's a theory. It might not be correct.
Fair.
But yeah, I mean, it's interesting to see the direction which Marvel's going in. I'm on board for this particular ride. Could it be the best of the three that they put out so far? It looks like it's got the potential to be.
There's no reason why it can't be. I
Yeah.
don't think the bar is.
I don't
Too
think
high.
any of them actually. Maybe Falcon and the Winter Soldier was probably the worst one out of all of them, but it still was a great.
It was a good watch.
Yeah,
No,
it was
yeah,
definitely
I
a good
agree.
watch.
Yeah,
But in terms of ranking, it's the one that's the least.
yeah, I get
Yeah.
that. That's a fair opinion. But yeah, no, I'm really looking forward to what they do with Loki. It seems like it's the one that's the most out of the box, and to top that off, Kevin Feige said this is the one that will actually really impact the MCU
moving forward.
So yeah,
Let's see what they cook.
they've created something good.
Marvel boys.
Marvel boys for real. All right, I think that's the final topic for today. So,
I actually know. You know
Go
what we
on.
could talk about? We could talk about how the fact that what's this? My man's gonna delay 21st. Yeah.
I'm not that upset. He has to. He has no choice. Like,
Why'd you say that? Speak
actually,
your truth.
do you know what? You know what? I might have rushed into that a little bit in the sense that although the numbers are rising, I think the vaccine has stopped the relationship between admissions and people dying. So it's doing its job. Maybe they don't have to, but I think people are concerned about the numbers rising and that it could translate still into rising hospital admissions and people dying.
So we should listen to the government.
That's not me saying we should listen to the government. I'm saying let's listen to the stats that are there. There's a huge difference. You can't go outside if there's nothing to go outside for. That's like saying I don't agree with the first lockdown, but I'm still gonna go out. I'm gonna go outside. You can't go outside anywhere.
You could if my was empty.
You're trying to kick down doors to the pub. Like, it's not gonna work.
They tried and
They
they
did.
got fined.
That gym guy, that gym owner that said I'm not closing my gym.
He tried the common law thing and the common law thing didn't work. So
The common law thing don't work when there's 5 heads outside your house or your gym.
yeah.
So what are you saying? You don't think they should do it?
It doesn't make sense because we're already open. We're already outside.
Well,
We can do everything that we actually can do. The only thing is, it's not legal requirement for us to do
what
we can do.
What June 21st would have got rid of was like
Everything.
Wearing masks inside wouldn't be mandatory. Rule of 6 would have been gotten rid of. Like it would have done
Like,
a lot,
what are
and
we
clubs
doing
would have
now?
been able to open. Huh?
Pubs are still open. Restaurants are open.
Yeah, but not at full capacity. Like you can't,
Shops
Rule
are
of
still
6.
open. Everybody where you're supposed to be, where you get your needs.
I'm
Everything is
agreeing.
open.
What I'm saying
Hospitals
is-
are packed. You can go in and get You can go in, get vaccine, and get virus, and come home.
Can't go to the club.
And what it will do is the final the final hurdle. Everything will go.
To be honest, at this current moment, we are 90% there. We're just doing the 10% so that people feel fine. It's a placebo to me.
But see, this is the thing is you can't have said,
It's a
but
placebo,
we want to have the over 8 or the at-risk people vaccinated by February 15th. You've done your job then. Like I don't get it. Like there was always going to be a rise when you allowed us to go outside and go in places. So this to me is I don't get it. I can see why they want to do it because the science is saying cases are rising, but if you're telling me that the vaccine is supposed to stop the link between getting it and falling ill, then I don't see what the issue is. They're gonna do it anyway because their man will fall because people are telling them to. But
That's the thing. I just feel like people are scared for unnecessary reasons because you can go outside, you can go inside to a pub right now today. I mean, all you have to do is book a table. People are gonna. We're recording this Saturday, the 12th of June. So tomorrow is the England game for the Euros, right? Just see how people's behavior will just vanish from this virus talk. You will just see. You'll see people. I mean, if African people decide to wear England kit, all this Black Lives Matter clash that happened last year, bruv, that's dashed out the window. That talk is dashed out the window. This coronavirus is dashed out the window. Everybody's gonna come together and have one wholesome, joyous time tomorrow. So this talk about, oh yeah, we need to be careful of the cases and this, to me, it's fear-mongering. It's been fear-mongering, bro. Like right now, we're living in a decent time. If you're talking about like the hurdles that we've had to come to get to this point, at this current point, we're enjoying.
yeah,
We have everything we need. They're only saying that we can't have it to the fullest. We're gonna have it to a certain amount.
so you're not. Are you? So you're
We
not,
just open it, bruv. Open it now. Open it now, bruv.
Their-
I can go to the gym. I can go to the gym right now.
Their biggest.
I
issue
can go to the
is
cinema.
cases, right? Yeah, their biggest issue is the case.
So why didn't you, bro? How
I'm
long?
not
How
the-
long
I'm
is
not
it? This has been from May. What? When was the time where they said you can go indoors? May.
I want to say
May
May
17th?
17th. Yeah,
May 17th up until now. So 2 weeks. Is it 2 weeks?
about
This
that.
is
no,
3
no.
weeks. 3 weeks now, yeah?
Mm.
Actually, maybe even 4, but 3 weeks. Yeah? 4 weeks. Everything has been fine. Even last week, they reported that there was no COVID deaths. And now all of a sudden, cases are rising.
bro.
In
yeah,
the brightest, in the warmest time, where everybody's well, when everyone's going to do a mashup tomorrow.
Listen,
I think this is
they-
just fear mongering,
they're,
bro.
they're gonna do their thing. It's not gonna matter because they are now nervous because previously when cases have risen, they've not acted. So now they're seeing it happen. They're gonna act. That's the bottom line.
Listen, man. Boris is blonde.
That's a fact.
Yeah, you know.
My man didn't even get a trim for his own wedding. That's not someone I want to interact with.
Fuck, nigga. That's the shit I've done. That's how I feel about him.
For real.
Yeah, man.
All right, music
Let's go
suggestions, man.
straight into the music.
Yeah.
Pray for Haiti.
Okay.
Pray for Haiti. Matt Conmy. That's the way it starts off, the way it finishes. It's amazing. Yeah.
I hear that.
Good choice.
To be honest, there is one song that is with West Side Gun, but I want to choose this other song because this song's actually the Stellar Ray Theory. I think that's a really nice song to listen to.
Okay.
Alright,
In the album.
love it.
Yeah. And it's really important for this Pray for Haiti. I think he's donated some of his masters to a charitable organization
Dope.
so that they can help Haiti in the time of crisis and things like that. So, real stand-up dude.
Interesting.
Perfect. All right, my choice is Oliver Twist by RD. I picked him a few weeks ago.
You like that song, yeah?
Yeah, I do, man. I can't cap. It's fun.
Interesting.
Interesting. Very interesting.
We're judging you, mate.
And Judge, I backed the
Okay,
right,
You're judging you passive aggressively.
I backed the right horse this time.
Okay.
He's gonna. I think he's got the potential to be quite a big star.
Yeah, probably.
We'll see how they push him.
We'll see how it goes. My choice is All White Interlude by Wretch 32.
That album came out last week, didn't it?
Kind of went under the radar a bit.
Yeah.
There's a couple good songs on there.
Perfect.
Yeah. Yeah,
All
yeah.
right. Well, Main Chafford podcast episode 91. You know where to find us.
Bow!
Jesus Christ, Main Chafford on everything.
Over and out, baby.
Facts.